Okay. Hi, everyone. This week we are talking about Aftershoot. Now, Aftershoot is a newer-ish. I've been using it for several years, but it's an editing program, an AI editing program that is blowing my mind. Now, if you know me, you know I've been a huge proponent of always outsourcing your editing. It doesn't mean that you lose control. So, we're going to talk today about outsourcing editing a couple different ways, but mostly we're going to be talking about Aftershoot. I'm Andreka from Andreka Photography and Coaching, and I am here again on this lovely power outage Tuesday morning talking about business because when it comes down to it, there are so many aspects to photography, and it's not just taking a pretty picture. It is about setting up your business for success from day one. And outsourcing is one of those things. I have been outsourcing my editing now for at least 15 years, and I love it. And I've always been ridiculously, ridiculously happy with my editing company, which, if this is for you, definitely go to Photographer's Edit. Photographer's Edit is by far my favorite outsourcing editing group, editing company. Their customer service is amazing. I love them. Their fast turnaround, their communication's great. Their pricing is fair. I love it. That said, now the Aftershoot has come into my life. I have, no joke, legitimately saved 20 grand just this summer, right? That's it. That's 20 grand is a big significant number to save while I'm saving time. And to be honest, what I've loved about Aftershoot, besides the fact that it's an amazing AI program, which we'll talk more about, is it actually makes me feel more connected to my imagery and my photos than I have in a long time. So let's talk a little bit about this. First off, let's talk about what it's going to look like. So Aftershoot is an amazing AI program. I've been using it for several years for culling, making my selects, and it's been great. It basically breaks it down into eyes closed, blurry, duplicates, good images, highlighted images. And you can adjust this as you need it as well. But what I love about it is if I have, no joke, I had a huge, huge wedding last week. And in the end, between all my photographers and 3 days of coverage, I have 12 grand images to go through, 12,000 photos. And this thing calls it like that. So that I instantly can be broken down into eyes closed, what's that? And after you use the program for a while, it starts to know what you're doing. But it also, you start to understand, like, okay, so if you do an image that has, say, the ring focused and the face is blurry, it might pull that into the blurry section, but you know that. And you also see the duplicates, so you can really start to tweak it for how you work in your business, and it really streamlines your editing process. That's just the select aspect. This past spring, I spent a lot of time during WPPI, which is an amazing photography conference we've talked about before in Vegas, where 12,000 photo photographers get together and talk about the state of the industry, talk about new programs. And I spent a lot of time at the Aftershoot booth, really looking at its program versus a lot of the other ones. And hands down, this is the one you had to go with. I had to go with. And I started to see what the actual editing capabilities are. And it's not just like a preset, it really is, you can really tweak it to your imagery. Not only can you create your own, what do they call it? For lack, I don't want to call it a preset because I don't like what that means and what that entails these days. You can create your own style profile. That's what they call it. You can create your own style profile in there that's based 100% on your images, and it creates it for you, right? And then again, the more images you put, the more they tweak. And also, their customer service is great. Where when I was having an issue trying to figure out how to tweak it to work mine, they took it back and created their own custom one for me, which is incredible. I have the pro membership. I highly suggest the pro membership. You get a lot more value for it than doing a smaller package. And so then they have that, but they also have several templates and other style profiles that you can look at. Now, this is what makes it so great. And this is what I love about these style profiles. It kind of reminds me of what it was like back in the day when Photoshop had actions, where you could take them and tweak them to match yourself. So you can take your editing profiles and you can tweak them to match what you want. So, for example, there's one called Gray Card that I love, but I know I like it a little bit more contrast or a little bit more this or that. So then you can work it to be your version of it. So which means it's still 100% your images. Now, The speed of this program is so fast. Like it will edit in a matter of minutes, really. Like what used to take days and weeks is a matter of minutes. And then it pulls directly into Lightroom. So you still have to go tweak it and look at Lightroom, but you probably would do that with any program and anything you have, anyways. So you still have to put that in there. But again, once you get your system going, you can do it. I have been able to edit an entire portrait session in like 30 minutes, where in the past, even when I was outsourcing, it would take me longer than that just to prep the images to get to the company. So, and I'm just going to break down 10 different reasons why Aftershoot is going to be the key to saving the time and the money and building a bigger business, because the less time you spend editing, the more time you can spend shooting. And the more time you can spend shooting, the more money you can make, because that's what you're really there to make the money on. People aren't necessarily paying you to edit unless that's your job. I understand. But generally speaking, so, number one, we talked a little bit about this automated culling, right? So, 10 reasons why Aftershoot is just incredible to start integrating into your life. And also, by the way, I have a total discount code. You can use the code Andreka. There's a link. I'm going to put it in the comments to sign up for a free trial and then also get a discounted rate on using Aftershoot. And I'm telling you, it is so worth it. So, first, number one, automated culling that we talked about. You're able to upload your images directly to Aftershoot and let the AI totally go through the initial culling aspect. You can set your preferences for the image quality, the composition. You can say how many you want in a select group or not select, and see how exact you want it for your business. Consistent. Number two, consistent editing style. If you want all your images to look the same and it's hard because of different lighting situations and all that stuff, you have a profile that's working for you. People say, well, what's the difference between this and a preset? This is smarter. Aftershoot is smarter than a preset. It adjusts better, right? You can upload your preset styles, you can apply these to all your photos, and you can maintain that consistent look, but it's going to work better and smarter and tweak the images in a better way than any preset ever could. Faster turnaround times. So using Aftershoot is going to allow you to streamline your workflow and also automate those repetitive tasks. You can set up batching for edits and let AI do all the processing so much faster than you having to go in and do it yourself. And I'm telling you, this program works so fast. It's reducing your editing hours, right? So define your editing preferences and let Aftershoot do everything else you want it to automatically. This reduces the time spent manually editing each image. Even if you do a sync or batch edit in Lightroom, this does it faster, and it does it for all your images. It's awesome. A little bonus thing that I've started to do is I have a style profile for black and white. And in order for me to do every single image into black and white, it is literally one push of a button. It takes 3 minutes for me to convert all of my images into black and white, so that now when I deliver my images to any of my clients, I have a folder that's just black and white. So they now are getting all their color pictures, but they're also getting all their pictures in black and white as well. And you're not having to go through and pick which ones you do and manually do it. It's just done. And it's good. This black and white profile really has shifted over the last month of me using the program, and it sees how I'm adjusting, and it's been adjusting. Like I've had to do almost zero correction with any of the black and white for 1,000+ images. So it's also, like I mentioned, an incredibly cost-effective solution. Instead of hiring out editors, you can use this to handle large volumes of images efficiently. You can invest in the subscription that fits what your business needs, and you can save on long-term editing costs. Like I said, I've saved over 20 grand in 3 months this year. That said, I also still like to have my backup hands-on editors that can do the little aspects, right? Like if someone really wants to add someone to the picture, they want some more fine tuning in the editing process, I still outsource to my other company, Photographers Edit, who, again, I also can't say great things about. So I think using the two together is really the key to, it also up levels all your images. It really does. And then it's improving your workflow, right? Like if you're integrating Aftershoot into your existing photo management system, you can use it by tagging and organizing. You can streamline your post-production. It flows seamlessly into Lightroom. It's super easy to integrate into your life and make everything that much easier, because we all know editing is like one of the biggest stresses of the photography industry, right? I kind of laugh now when people say, "Oh, I know it's so much work having to do all the editing," and I'm like, I got my little secret weapon. Scalability. Actually, yeah, scalability. As your business grows, you're going to have potentially more work, whether it's more images per shoot or more shoots. This is going to help you grow your business without you having to necessarily grow your overhead, which again is going to lead to more money, and it's going to make it easier for you to scale your business, and it's going to make it easier for you to build a stronger, better business without having to work two, three, four times as hard. I know a lot of photographers out there who aren't outsourcing their editing because they're so afraid to let go of that control. You're not letting go of the control with this aspect. It's still yours. You're still in there. It just makes it so much easier to take on more in your business. It's enhanced quality control. You can review AI's selections and edits before finalizing them, and you can adjust anything you need to in such an easy, faster way than you would be if you were just doing it in general, manually, image by image by image. And then also, once you see that you're using a certain image profile, you can tweak it inside the program to adjust to what you need and you want. So if you're noticing that you're always adding a little bit more contrast or you want a little bit less highlight, then you can go in and tweak that in the program. That'll then help this profile read and be specifically what you need it to be. When you get to do this, you get to focus more on your creative aspects, right? You can delegate repetitive editing tasks to Aftershoot so that you can then concentrate on other aspects of your business, whether it's client interaction, booking new photo shoots, learning new equipment, or just bettering yourself and focus on what you love to do. That said, if you love editing, great. But I know a lot of us don't, and we'd rather focus on, playing with the camera or working on social media and marketing or building the business and creating a new concept that you want to offer. This gives you the opportunity to do it so you're not bogged down with editing and editing and editing. The ultimate goal to longevity in a business is reducing your stress and burnout. The longer you can last without getting stressed out and burned out, the longer your business is going to last. And the longer your business is going to last, the more it's going to grow. And by utilizing Aftershoot, it's going to help you manage all that ridiculously heavy lifting that comes when it comes to post-production and allowing you to balance your work life a little bit better. So when it comes to Aftershoot, I can't say enough good things about using it. It has literally changed everything about how my editing works, and I kind of actually enjoy it. It's fun. So when it comes into using Aftershoot, I love it. If you have any questions, DM me. That's my thing, friends. Thanks, friends. Have a great day.